witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. The spirit is the book, man. You know, the things that are written in the book that fit the prophecies, all right, that fit the curses. If you fit that, then you're an Israelite. So do you believe in God? You believe in monotheism?
I do, yes.
Okay. So you believe there's one God?
But the African God.
No. So what's his name?
Huh?
What's his name?
Amun.
Amun, like Amun Ra?
Amun Ra, yes.
Okay. So that's the God of the Egyptians.
Absolutely.
So you worship that God?
Yes.
Okay. So you worship the sun?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go to
So that's what the Israelites stolen from the Egyptians.
Let's take it one thing at a time. I'm gonna go with you. Sirach chapter 43. You get Jeremiah 10 and 1. They didn't steal it. What happened was they started to adorn those customs. They got into those customs because in the land of Egypt there was prosperity. So the children of Israel believed there was prosperity in Egypt because of the Egyptian gods. That's why. But the children of Israel were promised through Moses, said, look, if you...
Moses grew up in Egypt.
That's
Moses,
true.
Do you know what Moses means?
Yeah, Masha means to part.
No.
Yes, it does. That's Hebrew. It means to part.
Moses means son of the prince.
No, it does not. In what language?
My son.
In what language?
Egyptian.
Okay, first of all, he was a Hebrew.
He was a Hebrew, exactly. He grew up in Egypt,
but
right?
But who gave him his name?
The princess of Egypt.
No, his mother gave him his name.
No.
Yes, he did.
He was called
No. Let's find that. You know, Google it. Now let these brothers do it. No. You let this brother. You do it. You hold your post.
Moses means in Egyptians.
No. Just put Moses, the first thing that comes up. Let's put Moses' name. The first scripture that pop up should be his name. No, it wasn't. His mother named him, and that's when his sister put him on in the river, in the Nile River, and that's when Moses, the Pharaoh's daughter, seen him and picked him up.
And she called him.
This is Exodus chapter 2, verse 1. And there went a man out of the house of Levi.
Right, because he was a Levite. Go ahead.
And took a wife.
Listen.
A daughter of Levi.
Right, a daughter of Levi. Keep going.
And the woman conceived and bare a son. And when she saw him, he was a goodly child.
Right.
She hid him 3 months, and she could not longer hide him. She took for him an ark of bulrushes and boiled it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein, and she laid it in the flags by the brink thereof. And his sister stood afar off, and what would be done to him. And the daughters of Pharaoh came down and washed herself at the river, and her maidens walked alongside of the river. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maids to fetch it. I'm trying to skip to the point.
Just keep reading.
Come. And verse 6, it says, and when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, a babe wept. And she had compassion on him, and said, this is one of the Hebrews' child. Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee? And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, go. And the maid went and called the mother's child, and the child's mother. It says, and Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, take this child away and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages. And the woman took the child and nursed it, and the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moses, and she said, because I drew him out of the water.
Well, you know
He
what?
was named
Wait a
by
minute.
Egyptians.
Okay,
Moses.
you're right, and I'm right. You're right.
And
No,
Moses
wait a minute.
What Moses means in Egyptians?
No. Listen to it. Read it again.
Moses means
You're right
my
about.
son.
Listen, my friend.
Yes, I'm listening.
Listen. You're right about who named him, but you're not right about his name. She said why she named him Moses. And he had an omen nomen. Read it again.
Is Exodus chapter 2 verse 10. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moses.
Right?
And she said, because drew him.
Take your time. Bring it back again.
And she said, because I drew him out of the water.
Right. That's why I said Moses' name means to part or means to draw out. That's why she named him Moses, because
In
she
which
drew
language?
him out of the water.
In which language?
And the Hebrew tongue. Whether one way, what you mean? So you hold up. So you're saying that basically you're saying that so the woman didn't speak Hebrew neither? She knew he was a Hebrew.
She was living in Egypt, right?
Why would my
Egyptians-
friend? If the name Moses just said, I'm gonna name him Moses because I drew him out of the water. The name Moses, Masha. Masha means ma when you go into Hebrew means from, and Shah is pertaining. All right, so it's loosely translated, drew out. Okay, because he was a Hebrew. Hold your post, brother.
Okay, one point. The Egyptians didn't speak Hebrew at all.
Yes, they did. Why not?
Egyptians is not even close to Hebrew.
Look. My friend, listen.
Can I
Look,
say a word?
you're going too far. You're going too far. There's many ways I can prove that. Many ways I can prove that. Abimelech. Who's Abimelech?
I don't know Abimelech.
Okay. When Abraham what language did Abraham speak? Okay. Did he not have dealings with the Egyptians? Did not Isaac have dealings with the Egyptians? Yes, he did. That's why I said, Abimelech. Abimelech wanted to take Rebecca because she was beautiful. When Isaac was cutting through Egypt, he actually took Rebecca. The Pharaoh at the time took Sarah from Abraham, right? And did they not talk?
They did.
Okay, now I'm gonna ask you another question. What's the first language on earth? You don't know that.
Chinese?
Lashawan Kodash. Lashawan Kodash, meaning the holy tongue. Or you could say Tahar Kodash. All right? That's the original language, my friend. All right? That's what the language of the Heavenly Father. If you believe in the Bible, I'm going to cut you another way. Let's get the account where the Lord came upon Moses. I mean, not Moses, Paul. What language did the Lord speak to Paul?
So Paul spoke two languages.
Well, what language has he spoken to? I think it's 26.
Paul spoke two languages.
Listen, my friend, what language did the Lord speak to Paul?
I don't remember.
We're gonna show you.
But now let's go. Keep to
We're gonna
Moses.
show you.
No, let's keep to Moses.
No, how you wanna deal with Moses? You're gonna lose either way.
I told you that Moses first was named by Egyptians.
I said you were right.
And Egyptians,
You said that his name-
Moses in Egyptian.
No, that's not my friend. Wait till that goes by. Whether or not, look, you say his name means one thing, I say his name means something else, right?
Correct.
What was the point of Moses?
Moses means my son because she took him up from the water.
My friend, we already established that you're wrong by that according to the Bible. According to the Bible. You want us to get the Hebrew for you? You want me to pull it up in Hebrew? You want me to pull it up in Hebrew for you?
I can also pull out Moses.
Anyway, like I was saying, excuse me, what is the point? What is the point of Moses? What was Moses' purpose?
Moses took away the Israelites and take them to the promised land, which was
From where?
from Egypt.
Okay, so what do you bring up the Egyptians for? If the Egyptians' God was so great, Amun-Ra, why did he worship that?
They were all
You don't know what you're
worshiping-
talking about, man. You're a heathen, man. You're a heathen. You might be one of us. You might be one. I don't know. But look. Understand this. Moses was given the law, statutes, commandments, right? You don't know the Bible, man. You don't know the Bible.
Egyptians, that's a-
First of all, oh, my friend, don't go nowhere. Hold up, real quick. One more question. Well, I know you got it. I know you're on a leash right now. Let me ask you this: what does the word Egypt mean?
Egypt is actually it's a Greek.
Thank you. I know that. What does it mean?
I don't know what
It means bondage. Egyptos means bondage. So if Egypt is so great, why are you calling it Egypt if it's a Greek word? What is the real name to Egypt?
Kemet.
No. Kemet is also derived from Greek, which means chum, which means hot.
No.
You want to look it up?
Kemet means
Kem goes back to a
the
Hebrew
lines
word.
of black.
No.
Let's check it
Chem or hum means hot. Like you get the word chemistry, that's where it comes from.
No.
Why? Because they're Hamites from Noah. From Noah, you had Ham, Shem, and Japheth, right?
Second Egypt.
No. Did you have Ham, Shem, and Japheth? You don't know what's going on, man. The reason why you... Go ahead, man. Bring the scriptures. You don't know what's going on,
Yeah,
man.
this is Acts 26 verse 13. It says, no, 12. Yeah, 12. The point is in 14. But it says, whereupon as I went to Damascus, this is Paul speaking, with authority and commission from the chief priest, at midday, O king, I saw in the way a light from heaven, above the brightness of the sun, shining round about me, and them which journeyed with me. And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue.
Yeah, he's a heathen. The Lord didn't want this with the words. The Lord didn't want him to hear this. Go ahead.
It says, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. And it said, and I said, who art thou, Lord?
That's the point, man. He said it to me in the Hebrew tongue. He told that story 3 times, and every time he said in the Hebrew tongue. All right, let's get Jeremiah 10 and 1.
It's Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
You know, you can't. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
The heathen are dismayed, man. Meaning they're amazed. You know, the heathen are dismayed, man. Meaning the heathen are amazed. All right? So the children of Israel, they got all infatuated with the other gods of the other nations, and that was our downfall. All right? Do it quick. All right? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Sirach 43 verse 1. It says, the pride of the height, the clear firmament, the beauty of heaven with his glorious show. The sun when it appears, declaring at his rising a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High.
The work of the Most High, man. All right? So what's the point of worshiping the sun? Keep going.
Yeah, it says, at noon it purchased the country, and who can abide the burning heat thereof? A man blowing the furnace is in works of heat, but the sun burneth the mountains.
Yeah, so just like you had the demonstration, you have the demonstration of a blacksmith. It said just like the work of the man that bloweth the heat, just like the blacksmith, he would take his metal and put it in fire and then beat it, and that was his work because he actually controlled the fire. So just like read that again.
Yeah, it says a man blowing a furnace is in works of heat. It says, but the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more.
The sun burneth the mountains 3 times more. Keep going.
Breathing out fiery vapors,
right,
and sending forth bright beams. It dimmeth the eyes.
It dimmeth the eyes. Keep going, because you can't even handle the sun. You can't, keep going.
Yeah, come on.
That's why they worship it. Because this is the reason why they worship it. Go ahead. And then get Deuteronomy 17. It's up on the top.
It says, great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment it runneth hastily. He made the moon also to serve in her seasons, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is signs of feasts, a light that decreases in her perfection. The month is called.
My bad. See the point. Did he say that made it?
Yeah. It says,
if I skip it, jump in there.
It says, great is the Lord that made it. Yahweh Shem Yahshua made it.
That's right. Great is the Lord that made it, man. Go ahead.
And at his commandment it runneth hastily.
Yeah, at his commandment it runneth hastily, man. I bet you if you ask the God, does the sun revolve around, does the earth revolve around the sun? He gonna say yeah. But yet he'll say he believes in the Bible. When the Bible says contrary. Go ahead. After that, let's get that. Go ahead, say what you want to say.
The Lord Yahweh Shem Shah make if the sun and the moon come together for an eclipse. And that happens every once in a while, you know? But that's for a sign in the declaration of time.
That's right.
And the heathen is astonished by that. That's why when you watch that movie Apocalypto, you know, they show you that how when the eclipse came, you know, then that's when they stopped shedding the blood.
That was Jake. That was Jake. That was Jake that was worshiping the sun prior, and they came over here, they was worshiping the sun again. That's all that movie was showing. And that's why they got jacked up. They were sacrificing, they had the teepee. It wasn't no difference. It wasn't no difference. So that concept of worship was already here on this side of the earth before the so-called Negroes came here, right? Which the so-called Negroes are so prevalent. They're not prevalent. They're so gun-ho about those customs. How come when our people were keeping those customs, it was to no avail? That's the trickery, man. You know, because it tells you that in the scriptures that they wanted to go back to Egypt because look, they said Moses, why did you bring us to this place? You know, you brought us here to die. In Egypt, we were eating good. That's why they wanted to build the golden calf. You know?
That infuriated Yahweh Shem Shah.
That's right.
You know? And then as soon as he came back off, like I think it was 3,000 souls slain, man.
That's right.
For,
people died.
People died. Yeah,
people died
for that. Yeah.
All right? And that's what the world's gonna understand. You can't walk around professing different gods on earth. It's good to say that he's a jealous power, man. Like, what is this? You know?
Yeah, it's a sentence of death for that, man.
That's right.
Yeah, it might not come.
You got Deuteronomy 17, right?
It might not come. It might not come when you actually doing it, but in the midst of you doing that and getting comfortable and you worshiping these other gods, that's when it happens. That's when that death comes, man.
That's right.
That's when Yahweh Shem Shah strikes, man.
Yep. Let's bring that Deuteronomy 17.
This Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 1. Thou shalt not sacrifice unto the Lord thy God any bullock or sheep wherein is blemish or any evil favoredness, for that is an abomination unto the Lord thy power.
Keep going.
If there be found among you within any of thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, man or woman that hath wrought wickedness in the sight of Yahweh thy God, in transgressing his covenant, and has gone and served other gods and worshipped them, either the sun or moon or any of the host of heaven, which I have not commanded, and it be told thee, and thou heardest of it, and inquired diligently, and behold, it be true, and the thing certain, that such an abomination is wrought in Israel, then shalt thou bring forth the man or that woman which have committed the wicked thing unto thy gates, even that man or that woman, and shalt stone them with stones till they die.
Yeah, see, that's the pun. So to worship the sun and the moon, you know, that was a punishment unto death. Now drop that, give me Deuteronomy the 7th chapter.
And the reason why you would keep that law is because that would infuriate the Heavenly Father. He'd bring judgment on the whole nation, man.
Right, and then also too, when you read that chapter 2, it said that it said that wickedness be wrought out of Israel. You know, and that goes into the point of, you know, judgment is supposed to be executed in the public, so you know what to do and what not to do, instead of this free for all world, man. You know,
it also brings fear. You know. You understand the mentality of people when they see that this person was put to death right in front of the midst of doing wickedness. You know, it brings the multitude of people to fear, and they don't do it. You know, it's for correction.
12. Go ahead. Yep. I'll bring out Genesis 1 and 14 real quick.
This is Genesis 1 and 14, and the power said, "Let there be light in the firmament of heaven to divide the day from the night. And let there be for signs and for seasons and for days and years."
Yeah, plain and simple, man. That's what the sun is for. Okay, that's what the moon is for. That's what the stars are for, man. It's basically the Most High's clock. Essentially, man. It's the Most High's calendar. You know?
It has its purpose, and its purpose is not to be worshipped, but for your time. You know
to keep time, because that word season is mawa'id in the Hebrew, and basically means appointments. You know, so because you things will be conducted based upon where the sun is at, how much light the moon is showing. All right, because in the ancient world we ain't say, yo, meet me, yo, we gonna link up May 31st. We ain't say that. We'll say what? We did say in the scriptures, you know, on the 14th day of the 5th month, and when you translate the word month, it goes back to the word moon. All right. So essentially the moon has more usage than the actual sun. You don't really clock the sun as much. The sun just tells you what it is. But the moon, you watch it, you're like, okay, you know, you're constantly watching the moon. You don't have to constantly watch the sun.
The sun doesn't have phases.
Right, exactly.
The moon is like that determines the day. The sun determines the hours.
Yeah, exactly. Come.
Yeah. There's Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 1. These are the statutes and judgments which ye shall observe to do in the land which the Lord thy God of thy fathers giveth thee to possess it. And it says all the days that ye live upon the earth. Ye shall utterly destroy all the places wherein the nations which ye shall possess, which ye
The Wisdom of Solomon
shall
14:8.
possess, serve their gods, upon the high mountains and upon the hills and under every green tree.
Right?
And ye shall overthrow their altars and break their pillars and burn their groves with fire.
Yeah, this is like the new wave right here, man. Look, my man, you got the chain on. You know? It's the new wave, man. That's jewelry being sold in the streets nowadays. You go to the nearest bootlegger, they got an unk being sold, man. Like that. Ultimately, essentially, what all that is woman worship. Because what the so-called symbol for a man and a woman, you know, basically that's all it is. It's that circle, and then you got the thing pointing down. That's a woman, and then the one pointing up is a man. I'm gonna get one of those, man. I'm gonna get the other one. You know?
Hey, but that shit is set up to make foolishness of these people, man. They buy that shit, you know? They spend their hard-earned money on the idols.
Talking about, Salaki, brother, they'll tell you, if you ask Jake, what does that symbol mean? Oh, this means life. Women don't bring forth life. All right, they carry life. We got life on us right now.
Living
seed on us right now.
We could create a whole nation.
Exactly. With many women.
Yep.
All right? Man, the value of a man, the stock of a man is going up. All right?
Exactly.
You better invest now, man. Invest into a real man now.
That's right.
All right? Because the price is going up. I can't lift my leg up.
It pays dividends. You know,
it pays dividends.
Pay a bitch dividends.
Equity's going to go up. You know, the market value, man. You know, of a man is going up, man.
Yeah, scripture say I will make a man more precious than gold. Refine gold or Ophir.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the good gold,
That's the best gold, man.
Yep.
All right?
Yep.
King Solomon dealt with the gold of Ophir, man. All right?
But it's only a small people that are inside and privy to that stock.
Yeah, because you know why? Because it's the refinery. Nobody wants to step into the refinery. That's what this is. Seriously, that's what this is. If you hear it, I don't want. Let me not move too much. Here it is. You could be gold, right? But you could be like cankered, if you will. Then if you're on this side, then you step here, you know, and then you step here. That fire come, and then you get refined. Then you become the gold of Ophir, if you will, man. Then you become fine, precious gold because all your impurities will be knocked off, man. All right? That's what the script, because we're breathing the fire right now. All right? Go ahead. Whatever brothers got.
Wisdom of Solomon 14 verse 8. It says, It says, for blessed is the wood whereby righteousness cometh, but that which is made with hands is cursed as well it. As he that made it, he because he made it, and it because being corruptible, it was called God.
See? So what do they call him? Is he the artificer? If I'm saying it right? I think he is the artificer. It's called the artificer, you know, which is basically the person that's that creates the molten image. All right? So the man that created it, he got to get put to death. The man that worship it got to get put to death, and it got to get burnt. You know, that's how the Most High's coming, man. All right, keep going.
Yeah, it says, for the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto the Most High. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it.
See? More?
It says, therefore, even unto the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation.
See? Even unto the idols of the Gentiles shall be a visitation, man. All right? So all these other gods that these people are worshiping, you know, all of them are gonna get visited by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man.
Right. Yeah.
You know? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is gonna make a speedy riddance on all these nations, man.
That's right.
Starting with Yahweh Shai, man. All right? It's gonna be get down and lay down, man.
Yeah, because when the kingdom comes, it's not going to be remembrance of any of these items, man. It's not going to be no remembrance. It's going to be Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, his works. It's not going to be no idols, no Amun Ra. Nobody's going to be worshiping that in the times to come. Amun Ra, all of these gods, Allah, Buddha, all these other gods. After the Lord finished with this work, there ain't going to be no other gods to be worshipped out here, man. Because the Lord is going to make himself manifest, you know, by the prophecies, by his words. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring this out because the brother talked about how we have the life, you know, because we have the spirit of Yahweh Shai, you know. But this is John chapter 14, verse 6. It says, Yahweh Shai saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. You know, so that's exactly what we obtain, you know. But you have niggas wearing these certain idols, worshiping the woman, you know, trying to say that they bring forth life.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, because life comes. Exactly. That's why they push that whole concept that the one whom the world calls Jesus didn't have a father, and exalts the woman. So if the woman, by her independent self, later on, I don't even know how you even bring forth that concept, you know, because when a woman lays on her back or she gets bent over, the concept is the man's sperm.
Right.
You know? You want to say something?
No, she's in a receiving position.
Exactly. She's
know?
the receiver.
Yeah,
We're the quarterback.
God.
The Most High is the center. You know? He snaps us the ball. Say no, go ahead.
There's an example of, you know, because we're supposed to, back then in the ancient world, we burnt those idols, you know, of these other nations, you know? So there's an example of our forefather, Mattathias. There's 1 Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 19. It says, 2 verse 19, then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice, though all the nations are under the king's dominion, obey him and fall away every one from their religion of their fathers and give consent to his commandment.
See, that's what Esau does that, man. Esau tells you essentially that you can't worship your God. He tells us that, you know, and we basically gotta worship him.
We're good. I'm here.
Keep going.
It says, yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. It says, Yahweh forbid.
Joshua 24:16.
Yahweh forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances.
Right.
And then I'm gonna keep going.
Yep.
It says, we will not hearken to the king's word to go from our religion either on the right hand or the left.
We ain't swaying, man. You know, it's showing there was a straight and narrow path even back then. Keep going.
It says, now when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar, which was at Modin, according to the king's commandment. Which thing, when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled, neither could he forbear to shew his anger according to judgment, wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar.
That's right, man, because all the other nations, see, that Mattathias, that was Judas's father, man. He had the zeal.
That's probably Phineas in the reincarnation, but I ain't, you know.
You
Phineas,
speak on it.
Yeah, you know, when Phineas seen the Moabitish woman, I think the Midianitish woman, and it was another Israelite sacrificing to the god of Chemosh. He threw the javelin.
Yeah.
You know.
Or Jabin.
Yeah.
I think Jabin was he was fat. He was fat, right?
Nah,
not that account.
He threw the javelin when he seen Israel worshiping the god, I think Chemosh.
Yeah,
The Moabite-
Chemosh,
yeah, the
which is
Moabite.
Molech. Yeah.
I mean, but that's the same concept behind what Mattathias did. He seen that wickedness being sacrificed on the altar, and he rushed the altar and put that man to death.
That's
It's the
right.
same concept, you know.
That's right, man.
Because that's a reproach unto your nation, man. Seeing, you know, another Israelite committing wickedness, you know, for another nation's God, you know. And Phineas was blessed for that, you know.
That's right.
And Mattathias and his family, his house was blessed for that too. You know?
Yeah, because their name is still going on,
Yeah,
man.
Yep.
You know, they have an honorable name, man. You know, and the only way you have an honorable name, which gives true honor, because the word honor in the Hebrew is kabod. Kabod means heavy. You know, so you know how you say your name holds weight. Only way your name holds weight if it's in a good, and if it's in the balances with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and the balances is within the scriptures. So the scriptures tell you how to get your name up.
That's right.
You know that's Jake, man. Jake, man.
Good
Jake,
name.
a good name. That's right. Good name is better than precious ointment. I just think it's Jake. Yeah, niggas say I'm trying to get my name up. I'm trying to get my name up. My
Yeah,
name ringing bells
in the streets.
Yeah. Niggas live for that name.
Yeah.
You know?
Just a little bit.
Come on.
But see, go ahead.
Verse 25, it says, and also the king's commissioner, who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down.
You know, so that goes back to the law that the brother told me to bring earlier. How you supposed to burn those idols and kill either that man or that woman who worship and serve those other gods and idols.
That's right, man.
That's another thing to show that the Heavenly Father, he got a way about him, because here it is, they thought that they go sacrifice to the Greeks and get benefits, sacrifices to the Greeks. They still ain't escaped the hand of the Heavenly Father.
That's right.
So, you know,
That's right, man.
there ain't no power in just because the enemy seems like they have the illusion of having some type of power, you know what I'm saying? You want to jump ship and go on their side, you can't escape the hand of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai.
No, sir.
You know?
That's right. You got that Joshua.
Yeah, I got yeah. This is Joshua 24, verse, what is it, 16? Yeah, Joshua 24 and 16. And the people answered and said,
Now my bad. Let's start at the point is in 15. Read verse 14 first.
Okay, verse 14. Joshua 24, verse 14. It says, now therefore, fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth. That's a good one. And put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord.
See, he said put it away, man. You know, put away what Yashawan always say, nigga culture, man. Black culture, man. You gotta put away black culture, man. You gotta put away his Latino culture, man. All right? You gotta put away Indian culture. Essentially, because it all goes back to Egypt. It all goes back to going back to Ur the Chaldees, man. Worshiping those gods, man. Keep going.
Idol worship.
Yup.
All goes back to
Idol worship.
Yep.
Keep
Which is
playing,
all
yup.
vanity.
That's right.
Verse 15, it says, and if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom you will serve.
Yeah. So if it seem evil to you, because like you said, Malachi, it's the 3rd chapter. Just go in the 3rd chapter. I'll tell you in a second. See, he said it seemed evil to you, like you said. You said because it seemed like bad times are going to erupt if we don't get down with the other gods, you know. But he said, choose ye this day. Go ahead.
It says, choose you this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites on whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
And that's essentially what we saying, man. We telling our people when we come out here, choose ye this day whom ye shall serve. Get Jeremiah 5:1, Malachi chapter 3 and 13.
This Malachi chapter 3, verse 13. Your words have been stout against me, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, what have we spoken so much against thee? Ye have said, it is vain to serve God, and what profit is it that we have kept his ordinance, and that we have walked mournfully before the Lord of hosts. And now we call Salakia, and now we call the proud happy, yea, they that work wickedness are set up.
Yeah, see now the word proud means in the Hebrew is barak. Yeah, no. The word happy is proud. I mean, yeah. The word happy is barak. Right. All right. Read 14 again.
There's Malachi chapter 3, verse 14. Ye have said, it is vain to serve the Most High, and what profit is it that we have kept his ordinance?
Yeah, because the children of Israel was living deliciously up under the Persians, man. You know, they said that, and that's what they were saying to Malachi. You know, mainly he's talking to the Levites. He's like, yo, look. He said the Levites are saying, what point is it? What we doing good? What's the point of trying to build up the temple? We doing good already. You know? And go ahead. They said it's vain to serve the Most High. Meaning it's pointless to do the right thing. Go ahead.
It says, and that we have walked mournfully before the Lord of hosts. And now we call the proud happy, yea, they that work wickedness are set up.
Yeah, they that work wickedness are set up, man. All right, go ahead.
Yea, they that tempt Yahweh are even delivered. Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord.
Yeah, those were the ones that chose the Lord, man.
Yeah.
And the book of remembrance was written for them.
Yeah, when they gathered amongst each other, more than likely they prayed too, because the scriptures say the Most High hear the prayer of the righteous, man. You know, the prayer of a sinner is an abomination unto the Most High. So he heard their prayer, man.
Yeah, the prayers of the righteous pierceth the clouds.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
And one thing that they remembered is our righteous forefathers, how they served the Lord, you know, and the latter end of the wicked. You know, it's always destruction.
That's right. The scripture says the things that are written aforetime were written for our learning.
I was about to say that same thing, because that's the same